Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be talking about a very, I guess, iffy topic on transgender, changing your sex, intersex, all of that kind of stuff. You have so many people that are all of a sudden transgender. This is like kind of a new thing, and it's not terribly new. It's been going on, I want to say, probably for the last maybe 10, 15 years. People have been claiming to be the opposite sex. Even though they were born one way, they feel as though they're something else. A lot of the people that have those surgeries, they still end up committing suicide, and they have body dysmorphia. They're extremely depressed, they're unhappy, and that's even after they've transitioned. And of course, that's not everybody. There's some people that are cool with it, whatever. I just wanted to shed some light to this, just because there might be some young people out there who are thinking about changing your sex, and I'm here to tell you that you may want to look at the bigger picture and not just the now or what you've been seeing in some of these small little TikTok or their little Instagram posts. Like, you may want to actually delve into it and do your research before you make the biggest mistake of your life. Because number one, once you have bottom surgery, you become sterile. So it's like you think you're changing sexes, and maybe to a certain degree you may look convincing. There's a lot of people that are misguided in this. And this person here who is like getting ready to tell us this story, he is fully transitioned, meaning that they have had bottom surgery and they have been taking tea for a while. And basically, they regret it. They wish that they hadn't. And now they're a sterile person, and it's something you got to think about. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch it.
I had to make this video as quick as possible because you guys know I do not like rambling. So I am now 9 years on testosterone, and I am extremely stressed. I have surgery after surgery. I've almost completed bottom surgery. It has been extremely painful. It has been extremely long-winded, and it has put my life on hold. It's just every expectation I had is out the window. It is just, it's unexplainable in the video about bottom surgery. I am warning anybody who is maybe thinking of getting bottom surgery to honestly think of the entire picture. Now, I am in agony all the time. I'm not saying that's going to be you or somebody else, but I am. And I did nothing wrong other than stick to what I was supposed to do, which was rest, eat good. My body is in good physical health, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. The surgery didn't go great for me. My surgery failed, and I had a second one, and coming from that, I've got a surgery in December for the completion, like everything to be finished. Years later, down on testosterone, and I feel like I'm kind of ruined, mentally and physically. The good effects of testosterone stopped at maybe 3 years. I had this really sexy high schooler looking kind of thing going on, and I looked really like a jock type shit. I looked good, and then 4 and 5 and 6 years started creeping up, and then, you know, my hairline started creeping back, and, you know, the facial hair obviously came in full force, but I realized it didn't look good on me, so I used to shave it off. I still do. Like, this is a fresh face. I'm normally like, my beard's normally out there.
So that's a big red flag in and of itself. So if you're having bottom surgery, there's a huge risk that it may fail. It's not 100% foolproof. And again, once you have it, you're completely sterile. So while you may have a body part that's convincing like a vagina or convincing like a penis, it obviously doesn't function like one if you're born biologically male or female. And I honestly don't know if it's worth the risk. Like, I would recommend anyone who's having body dysmorphia issues and they're feeling as if they need to transition and change, if I were you, I would seek mad counseling. Like, I would just learn to love yourself. That's my best advice. Because you know what? You only are given one body. One. And you have to make this body last you your entire life. And why put it through such a traumatic experience? Why put yourself through surgeries and be out for the count for like months, possibly years at a time, just for a look? You know what I'm saying? Can't you just be yourself and be happy with how you were born? Because I was always told that God does not make any mistakes. So how I was born is how I was meant to be. Of course, there are things about myself that I don't like either. You know, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I look at my hair, I'm like, oh my God, I've got the frizziest hair on the planet. You know, but it's my hair. And at the end of the day, I just have to take care of it, keep it oiled, keep it moisturized, and do the best that I can with it. And granted, there are people with a lot smoother, sleeker hair than me. And I would love to have it, but I don't. So what am I gonna do? Cut mine off and wear a wig? No, I'm just gonna sport it, and I'm gonna grow to love it, and I'm gonna deal with it in all its craziness, okay? And you know what? I can't speak for people that honestly don't feel comfortable in the gender they're in. That is something I would never want to know. I mean, I have enjoyed being a woman my whole life. Like, I love being curvy and soft and feminine, all that good stuff. Like, there's nothing about being a man that I would want. Like, a man's life is not easy, number one, especially compared to us. Like, as women, we've got it a lot easier than them, in case you haven't noticed. But even as a man, you know, changing over to a woman, I don't see why you would want to do that. Like, you are top of the world. Like, everybody respects men. Women, we have to prove ourselves in industries and in the workplace and even in life in general. Like, literally, you should just be happy the way you were born, because trust me, you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life, and you're exactly how you're supposed to look. And you gotta just make it work, honey. You better work it.
And my mental is just like all over the place. That's due to like life stress, as well as like, you know, the tea and everything, and just everything, like everything. I'd give a massive warning, just a huge warning to anybody who is thinking of transitioning or who has transitioned. And I would just say, like, you've got to honestly have the most durable, strongest mind ever. Whole process, it's been really enjoyable, but it's been really unenjoyable as well. I'm sorry, it has been. I can't lie. They're going to the gym all the time to keep my body in, you know, good shape and good health level. And then, you know, like when you don't want to go to the gym, and it's just like, no, I don't really want to go to the gym today. And you don't go to the gym and you start eating for a bit, you know, like a few months. And then next thing you know, your love handles are back, man. And you got an arse again. And next thing you know, you got a whole, you know, that little curvy body. And it's like, hold on, I haven't worked out for like a few months. Why is it all my hard work in the gym is all gone? And remember, I'm 9 years on T. I've had all different surgeries. Like, I'm like complete with this shit now. Like, why is this shit happening to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna happen, because that's just how biology says so.
They said it themselves. Like, I'm just gonna say they, because some people may find it offensive that I'm calling him he, because to me, this person does look like a guy. Like, if I saw this person out in the world, I would think they were a man. I would probably not even guess as to whether or not that they were at one point something else. But, you know, for them, obviously the tea worked and they're very convincing. But like they're saying, it takes work. They have to constantly get these injections. They have to constantly work out in order to build muscle to maintain, because the body was biologically female, and therefore it's supposed to be soft. It's supposed to be weaker, you know, but you've got this testosterone in you, so it's like probably dealing with rage, you know, different emotional problems with the whole going against how you were technically born. I mean, you have no idea what these people are going through. And honey, my best advice is just love the skin you're in, because this sounds like way too much. Like, it just sounds like way too much to have to go through. And then just to be sterile at the end of the day. So what are you doing? You're changing your gender so that the rest of the world will see you how you supposedly see yourself, but you have to go through hell and high water to get there. And it just calls into question, is it ultimately worth it? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's sad, but he's got a little bit more to say.
I wish I could have done a more positive video about it, but I changed my mind. I was like talking to you guys, and I thought transitioning hasn't been as great as a lot of people make it seem. And you know, I'm not gonna be one of them people to add to the list where I'm gonna you know, deceive people and make them feel like this is all like fun. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. You know, you gotta go through, if you're gonna have a like full transition, the body goes through hell, man. When you are like even like, say if you're a cisgendered male and you still have like, you know, complexes with yourself, you want to be like, you know, as big as that guy, have as big as dick as that guy, and you know, you want to be the strongest. And so imagine, you know, you're not even a cisgendered male and you're trying to do all of this stuff, and it's such hard upkeep, and you've got estrogen fighting in your body, and you've got all these things, just then you've got to, you know, make the world accept you and love you the way you love yourself. And it's just like, oh my days, you know. And I had the most easiest transition ever, the easiest transition, and still, like, now that I've got to the end of it, I'm just exhausted, man. I can't deal with the editing of the videos and the looking good in the videos and the talking nice and the acting like everything's great and I'm happy. I'm not happy. And if I had one wish, you know, I'd never have taken that first testosterone shot, 'cause that's where the fuckery began. I didn't need to, you know, have the big beard and the this and the that, and like, it hasn't changed me. All it's done is really give me unrealistic expectations and make me, you know, ruin my mind in the process. I was gorgeous before. Like 9 years ago, I was gorgeous. Now I don't feel so gorgeous because my personality's turned ugly, because I've become, you know, obsessed with, you know, wanting to look like this and wanting to look like that.
That was actually very real, and I appreciate this person for being so upfront and honest about it, because I think it's important, you know. And I'm starting to see more and more videos like this on YouTube where people are like, look, I'm detransitioning because I technically made a mistake, but the point is, you guys, it's probably easier to just make the right decision from the get-go and not have to detransition, because you've already put your body through so much. And what if, I mean, think about it, guys, like, what if you really do want to have kids someday? Like, my first relationship, my child's father and I did not work out, but at the end of the day, I'm obviously happily married now, so I regret nothing. I love being a parent. And it sounds so cliche, but being a mom, like, that's honestly the coolest thing that I've done with my life. Like, I love her so much. Looking at this little person that I literally felt in my body kicking around, and then to have them and then see them physically, hold them, and then watch her grow and her little personality, and she's just so sweet and just so innocent and perfect. And it's like, I mean, you know, that may very well change as she gets older, and I'm aware of that, but it's still such a precious thing, being a parent. And, you know, you may want that. And so when you do this whole transitioning thing, you kind of eliminate the ability to do it. So it's something you really want to make sure about. Not to mention the fact that the surgeries may or may not even work for you. And you're spending money, time, and energy trying to become something that may be an unrealistic expectation. And at the end of the day, I hate to see people commit suicide and be all messed up over this kind of stuff. I just wish everyone would just learn to love your skin and love yourself, love everything about you, because God made no mistakes, none. And I know some people don't believe in God. Well, just understand this. Even if you don't believe in God, look at it as everything is divine. There's no mistakes. There's no mistakes anywhere. We as humans make mistakes, of course. But as far as the natural earth and the atmosphere and everything that happens, there are no mistakes. You guys tell me what you think. This is kind of a serious topic. I would love to hear your opinions on it. Do you think it's possible to change your gender, or do you think you just become a sterile individual who probably ends up even more mentally disturbed than they were before they tried to transition? Because that's how I feel. Definitely tell me what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.